The Surfing Violinist presents New Skate Park, Surf Log 29. So let's take a look at individual skaters' progress in May, the month the skate park officially opened. This footage is not, of course, comprehensive, just the first time I documented the skaters who happened to be there and their progress. And we're talking about a broad range of skill here, so it's all over the place. I got to witness Kyle Shanahan land one of his first tray flips up the Euro. In one of Tate's runs, you can see a guy in yellow vibing through the park. Well, I rewound the footage, and lo and behold, it was Mark Akiyama on one of his longest manuals in the history of the park, and ollie to manual up the Euro. Mark has done this both ways since, and much more besides. I was there to see Justin Seaborn dusting off the cobwebs and securing his first 5-0 in the new Flow Bowl, and some of Taylor Buckaloo's first runs in the Flow Bowl and Pool Bowl. His flow and flair and float are inspiring. Steven Gavarinsky, aka Finest Floridian, aka Stinky, threw down one of the baddest runs I'd seen performed by a local in the pool without much prep at all. John Casto joined us in the pool for one of his first sessions, and looking at his progress, well, is kind of a summary of what my progress has been so far. My first drop into the shallow end ended in a bug splat slide on the deep end wall. John progressed quickly to carves. My progress, even though John was bragging on me the whole time, my progress has actually been much slower. So it's cool to see John get the hang of carves in such a short session. Coleman Lewis didn't take long to get a backside axle in the deep end.
Yeah, dude.
And Chaz was committed to rolling into the deep end, and in spite of a few nail-biting falls, kept at it till he got it. Don't remember this dude's name, but LA Hat Dude was a little sketched out about pool skating, but it didn't stop him from committing to some early grabs in the deep end until he was getting them clean and consistent. As far as the old-timers go, we took a long time to settle into our regular routines. Even though Tripp is much younger, he gets the honorary old-school induction due to his consistency in the pool, probably has logged more time than anyone at this point. But working up to the runs that we do regularly now did take us some time. I was having a hard time figuring out the best way to maintain speed up the waterfall, but even by the time of the opening of the park, Tate, Tripp, and I had made quite a bit of progress towards consistently hitting tile and coping and getting more speed all around. It's pretty repetitive, but it still feels like one of the best ways to prep for a day of solid surf for me. Tate's gotten his old standby maneuvers like his frontside grab and backside axle up and running again, both of which elude me in the pool. By far the quickest progress and best style, in my view, is Austin Blunt. To this day, one of my favorite things about the new park is listening to Austin's backside carve across the shallow end pool tile. He's found the magic angle to maximize speed in and out and prolong the satisfying sound effect. And watching his approach to going up the waterfall has helped me a lot in conserving speed for my own backside carves in the shallow end. He began incorporating regular transition tricks into his runs, and it wasn't long before he was stringing together some of the most satisfying runs I've been able to film, especially from a local. He started getting rock and rolls, rock to fakies, backside axle stalls, then grinds, and then, on the day of the first official skate, he was able to put them all together for the photo op. When people are forgiving of my hunched stance and ungainly arms, all I can think of is how Austin manages to go faster without all my goofy affectations, so he's kind of a template of what is possible for a regular foot in our bowl. And on the day of the park opening, he had one of the most well-documented battles trying to kickflip the stair set. He even got some coaching from the Scooter Peanut Gallery.
Try to keep your balance! I'm trying! I don't want to fall!
And finally conquered it. I'm glad I got to make it to the park for the opening and got to skate alongside Ernie and Tripp when the park became official. I've gushed about the park enough for 1 year, but just 2 years ago we would never have thought we would already have it. We're all just very thankful and very stoked. In 2024, it's my goal to incorporate regularly skating at the park into my otherwise beach-focused fitness routine. Well, our skate park was not the only new skate park in the area. Our neighbors to the west in Pensacola also got a new park, so Tate, Ken, and I had to give it a go. I started out with a picture of a daisy in Ken's yard and then a tour of his latest acquisitions. All right, show me the new acquisitions.
That's the Scott Houston and Paul Giro model. Those two. And then the bandwagon ones. And then the Brian Drake bandwagon.
Sweet.
I can't remember the artist's name. He did a good job. And that's what I did. Well, those are older ones.
How do you like the Paul Peralta?
I like those.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're tall, but I like the formula. Powell makes great wheels.
In the May family vlog, I missed including my review of my latest encounter with a Monster Energy gimmick, so I'll squeeze it in here. How's the Nitro? Good. Is it as good as the original? Yeah. It is?
It is, I like it.
I don't know how it was. You had to buy one of those little dongle things.
It's tartar than I thought it would be. Man, that is weird. At first it's like Mountain Dew, then it's like lemonade.
You're right. That tastes like Mountain Dew lemonade.
Is that positive or negative?
It's not bad. It's not horrible.
They say it's nitro-infused technology, one of the best-kept secrets in the energy drink game. Monster Energy Nitro will blow your mind. Super dry is nitro-infused, creating a smooth, creamy... See, I'm not getting a smooth, creamy texture out of this. I can't tell if it's going to grow on me or not.
Yeah, I like the other one better.
Which one?
The original. You just can't beat the original. You can't mess with the perfection.
It was raining in Pensacola, but thanks to the location of the pool bowl under the overpass, it was dry. It took me forever to even come close to coping. Tate started getting some good carves and the narrow end and started getting some axles. We bumped into our fellow old schooler Tommy White, who was there in time for one of Tate's first airs, and then he set himself to hitting coping. Ken started finding some clean lines, and my wheels finally kissed coping after many tries. We bumped into Will from Fort Walton Beach, who demonstrated the kind of light touch and dexterity I'd really like to master. We met Tanner, a Pensacola surfer who took a Carver-type board into the bowl and got closer to coping than I would have expected at the time, which in turn inspired me to take our Carver demo board into our own bowl a few months later, in another surf vlog. And then the Ripper showed up. Tommy Prentice is not only a killer surfer and shaper, but it turns out he has pools down too. Again, this light touch, cat-like agility, an eye for lines I totally would never consider. Another fantastic example to aspire to. This feeble might have been the maneuver of the day.
Sweet.
There's a lot to love about the Pensacola Park for street skaters especially, but I'm not a street skater and I'm more interested in the pool, and I just have a hard time finding the speed in their pool. Not to mean that it's bad, it's just not ideal for my current approach and skill level. Our pool is much smaller in terms of footprint, but it gives you a lot of speed and you don't have to work as hard for it. So I'll take it. Very thankful. As I mentioned in the 29th family vlog, May was a month of goodbyes. We said goodbye to Ernie's Park over by Pete Edwards Field and to Kyle Rosebush. I didn't know Kyle that well, but he's a real influence in the local skate community and was a mentor to some of the younger kids, even though he was young himself. So R.I.P. Kyle. We also said goodbye to Marcus Wilhite. His daughter Bailey led us in a paddle out. And at the time of making the family vlog, which I finished much earlier, I couldn't find my footage from the GoPro. I've had some organization troubles, which has been one of the reasons why these vlogs are so late coming. So here's some footage from the paddle out for Marcus. Thankful to have known him. Thankful for his influence on Bailey's life and the fact that we have Bailey surfing with us. And I'm thankful for these paddle outs, you know, another thing that we've inherited from the Hawaiians through this sport that we love so much. It's just far more fitting to be out there. You know, what we take for granted, it's just one of the best things about surfing is being outdoors and remembering somebody out there in that environment is the best way to do it. Aloha, Marcus. As far as the surf goes, it was pretty flat in May of 2023. Didn't get many opportunities to surf. Did some skim practice, but all in all, it was a pretty slow month. Until next time, it's for the Surfing Violinist, reminding you to keep it consistent, even if the surf isn't. Godspeed. To see these videos early, without ads, join the lineup here on YouTube. You just need a YouTube account, and for $1.99 a month, you click this little join button, and sign up to get early and ad-free access to 4 monthly vlogs: the surf vlog, the violin vlog, the Masala vlog, and the family vlog. Thank you very much.